My fellow American veterans, my name is Jock Fresco. I served in the Army Air Force at Wright Field, Dayton, Ohio, from 1942 to 1944 in the Design Development Laboratories, where we worked on many different drawings of new aircraft. And I developed a new type of wing structure, and the Army patented that wing structure. I was greatly influenced by President Dwight D. Eisenhower, and he said that war settles nothing. And I was also influenced by Smedley Butler, who wrote a book called War is a Racket. He said,
"For a very few, this racket, like bootlegging and other underworld rackets, brings fancy profits. But the cost of operations is always transferred to the people, who do not profit."
And this is what bothers me. I think that when you draft people or you ask people to volunteer their service and offer their life for their country, that you ought to draft all the war industries so no one makes a profit out of war. This is the way I see it, but I don't see it as private gain. I believe World War II caused a lot of deaths among military people who really believed they were fighting a war that was plausible. And there was reason for joining the Army, to try to save our country. But I think that the propaganda that they received was so great that it made them want to serve in the Army. I feel that all the stories have not been told, and I think that Dwight D. Eisenhower plus Smedley Butler tried to tell us about war.
So vicious was this war propaganda that even God was brought into it. With few exceptions, our clergymen joined in the clamor to kill, kill, kill. To kill the Germans. God is on our side. It is His will that the Germans be killed. And in Germany, the good pastors called upon the Germans to kill the Allies, to please the same God. Beautiful ideals were painted for our boys who were sent out to die.
Instead of a Pentagon in Washington, we ought to have a Pentagon of social engineers who try to bridge the difference between nations rather than develop killing machines. I'm very much against developing weapons of war. I'm very much against the murders of war. I would rather spend our time bridging the difference between nations and seeing where we can work together, what we have in common, and work that out.